Ms. Pac Man is here to drive you totally wild and crazy with more fun than you've ever imagined. 4 feisty ghosts are chasing Ms. Pac Man. Use your skill and strategy to rack up points while outrunning the gobbling ghosts. Grab an energy pill and score even more points. Now, gobble up all those fearless ghosts. This is Ms. Pac Man from Digital Eclipse and Midway, released in 1996. Okay, apparently in 1995, someone decided that we needed a port of Ms. Pac Man for the Super Nintendo. Well, it's pretty much exactly Ms. Pac Man, I guess. I had the original for the 2600, and I played it a ton when I was a kid, and this looks and plays and feels a heck of a lot like it. There's a bunch of different ports for this. Of course, the original was an arcade game from General Computer Corporation and Midway Manufacturing. Published by Midway, Namco did some, Atari did some, and Atari Corporation did some as well. Let's see here. It is available on the Atari 2600, 5200, 7800, and 8-bit family. There's a VIC-20 version, a Commodore 64, ZX Spectrum, IBM PC, Apple II, and TI-99 4A, released under the Atari Soft label. Tabletop version was released by Coleco. It had a vacuum fluorescent display. I had a game that had one of those. I think it was, I don't remember. I had a game one of those. There was a version for the Lynx. There was Tengen unlicensed ports for the NES. There was a Namco port. Genesis, Master System, NES versions by Tengen, and the Super Nintendo version by Williams took a few liberties for different sets of mazes. The original arcade, bigger, smaller, and strange. A pack booster option that lets you move faster. These versions allowed 2 people to play simultaneously. There was a Game Boy Color version as well. Reviewing the Super NES version, EGM's 4 reviewers said the gameplay is timeless and universally appealing, and the enhancements are also appealing. The 4th Sushi X felt the original game was a cheap cash-in on the popularity of Pac-Man, and it had not aged well. The one other interesting, I guess, kind of thing I could say about Pac-Man and Ms. Pac Man in general is that it's often kind of pointed to as the... So Tetris is the most universal video game because there is no real antagonist. You don't have to understand things like something is bad for you, no matter what your culture. The opposite that I've often heard referred to in that argument is Pac-Man, Ms. Pac Man, because you might not know that ghosts aren't something you want to play with. You know what I mean? So, and that's just a little interesting video game thing I had heard forever ago. I still like playing this game. I still like Pac-Man. I still prefer Ms. Pac Man more than Pac-Man. I think the mazes are a little more interesting, and I think the gameplay is a little more fun. Play it, man. If you like Pac-Man, you want to play it on a Super Nintendo for whatever reason, here you go.